Blackwater gold and silver mine in BC, the economic engine of the new Canada. The Blackwater mine stands as one of Canada's most ambitious modern mining projects, a venture that not only extracts valuable natural resources but also exemplifies forward-thinking practices in environmental stewardship and Indigenous collaboration. Officially opened in May 2025, this mine's inauguration was celebrated by dignitaries, industry experts, and leaders from local First Nations. Attended by British Columbia Premier David Eby, Minister of Mining and Critical Minerals Jagra Brar, and respected Indigenous representatives, the opening event was a public testament to what can be achieved when communities and governments unite for economic growth and environmental responsibility. The Blackwater mine stands as a modern testament to the evolution of mining practices in Canada. Located in the central interior of British Columbia, roughly 112 kilometers southwest of Vanderhoof and about 160 kilometers southwest of Prince George, the project represents a sophisticated blend of extensive resource claims, innovative processing technology, and phased operational development. Covering a mineral claim area of nearly 149,000 hectares with 329 recorded claims, the mine forms an integral part of Artemis Gold Incorporated's strategic development portfolio. The Blackwater mine represents the potential of modern mining to act as an economic engine. Covering an expansive 44 square kilometer area near Vanderhoof, this gold and silver mine is poised to generate an estimated $13.2 billion in revenue over its lifetime, with more than $2.3 billion expected to flow directly to provincial coffers. In its very first fiscal year, forecasts suggest the production of between 190,000 to 230,000 ounces of gold, creating hundreds of jobs that underpin family stability and community vitality throughout the region. This economic leap forward comes at a time when British Columbia seeks to diversify and energize its economy, making the Blackwater project a linchpin in the broader narrative of the economic engine of the new Canada. The Blackwater project is designed as an open-pit gold and silver operation that harnesses conventional drill-blast load-haul methods. The mine's operational blueprint begins with a nominal milling rate of 16,000 tons per day, which corresponds to an initial throughput of approximately 6.0 million tons per annum. This setup is engineered to target high-grade, near-surface or early in the mine's life, while lower-grade materials are stockpiled for subsequent processing. As the project matures, expansion is planned in two additional phases. Phase 2 ramps up the capacity to 33,000 tons per day, around 12 MPa, starting in year 6, and Phase 3 is designed to further boost throughput to 55,000 tons per day, 20 MPa, beginning in year 11. The ore sorting circuit incorporates a combined gravity circuit alongside whole ore leaching, WOL, techniques to optimize the recovery of both gold and silver. The comprehensive mine plan outlines that approximately 334 million tons of ore will be extracted over the project's life, accompanied by 584 million tons of waste rock and 83 million tons of overburden. These materials will be managed through classic open-pit methodologies, with significant attention given to ensuring that waste rock is handled in a manner that both supports infrastructure development, such as constructing the tailings storage facility, TSF, and meets environmental stewardship targets. In this context, potentially acid-generating waste is earmarked for deposition and careful management within the TSF, while other waste rock and overburden will be stockpiled adjacent to the pit for future use or rehabilitation. The mine's operations, consisting of an open-pit phase projected to last 17 years, excluding the pre-production mining period of about 15 to 18 months, and an additional 5-year phase dedicated to processing stockpiled material, yield an overall life of mine, LOM, of 22 years. Supporting such a massive operation requires commensurate infrastructure investment. A 135-kilometer, 230-kilovolt transmission line has been constructed from the BC Hydro Glenannon substation near Endako, British Columbia, securing a reliable power supply to the remote mine site. This critical infrastructure not only underpins operational reliability but also showcases the investment made towards safety and environmental considerations. The project also encompasses updated environmental management plans that cover air quality, dust management, aquatic effects monitoring, and waste management. These initiatives underscore a balanced approach between enhancing production capacity and meeting stringent environmental standards, which is a hallmark of modern Canadian mining practices. The phased approach of the Blackwater mine inherently supports a scalable and economically viable model for resource extraction. By starting with a modest milling capacity and planning for systematic expansions in throughput, Artemis Gold Incorporated is positioning the project to stabilize early production while allowing time for additional capital allocation tied to success metrics and market conditions. The integration of advanced mineral processing, combining gravity circuits with whole ore leaching, further demonstrates a commitment to maximizing precious metal recovery while mitigating operational risks. Furthermore, the chosen design and infrastructure investments are expected to minimize the environmental footprint of the mine over its operational life and during the eventual reclamation phase. Taken together, these specifications make the Blackwater mine a benchmark project in both technical execution and responsible resource development. Central to the mine's development has been the commitment to partnership with indigenous communities. The project's approval followed an economic and community development agreement with the Luscoosedean and Ulcacho First Nations, among others. These agreements ensure that revenue sharing and employment opportunities are structured to benefit local communities directly. Leaders from these nations have lauded the mine as a catalyst for long-term economic empowerment, highlighting the value of their participation in the exploration, permitting, and approval processes. Yet, the path to development has not been without controversy. Amid fast-tracking legislation aimed at accelerating resource projects in the province, some indigenous leaders and community advocates have raised concerns about the potential erosion of environmental safeguards and the adequacy of consultation processes. Despite these controversies, the Blackwater project remains a case study in how coordinated efforts can yield progress while striving to honor traditional ties to the land. In a broader sense, the Blackwater mine symbolizes a transformative moment for British Columbia and Canada as a whole. It acts as an exemplar for how the mining industry can move beyond a purely extractive model to embrace sustainable practices that benefit a diverse array of stakeholders. By creating family-supporting jobs, generating substantial economic output, and pioneering responsible environmental practices, Blackwater sets a high standard for future developments. Moreover, the mine's collaborative approach, with sustained dialogues between government entities, industry partners, and indigenous communities, offers valuable insights into balancing economic development with social and cultural imperatives.